Hey everybody, it's Alex at Motoroso.com, and in this video we're going to take a close-up look at this new Bronco tailgate reinforcement bracket and reinforced hinge setup that we've selected from one of our partner manufacturers. We're also going to be doing a detailed how-to installation guide to show you step-by-step just how easy this is to put in and why we think this is such an exceptional value. Now, of course, we'll put a link to this right here. That'll take you over to Motoroso.com. We'll also put a link in the description. And over at Motoroso.com, you can shop with us, and we hope you will, because that's what pays the bills around here. You can also reach us on live chat there or call us toll free at 833-MOTOROSO. We love helping our customers with their builds. Now, when you put a 37-inch or a larger tire on the tailgate of the Bronco, it's definitely adding a significant amount of weight, and people are worried, and it has happened, where that can actually warp the door and potentially damage the hinges. And there are some tailgate reinforcement bracket options out there, but the thing that we've noticed is a lot of them are just a simple plate that mostly just reinforces the door panel. But that's a lot of weight to be hanging on those hinges. And these Bronco hinges are decently robust, but with that extra weight, you do face the risk of bending those hinges and getting sag and not having your tailgate door line up properly, especially if you add any accessories beyond just that wheel and tire. Now, there are also some companies out there that are making reinforced hinges that can just be installed that don't include any sort of tailgate reinforcement bracket, but the products I've seen out there are north of $500 just for the hinges by themselves, whereas this entire system comes in at $500. So we think it's a really good value. And when I say this is inspired by the Bronco Raptor, what I mean is obviously Ford did create a Raptor version of the Bronco, and it has 37s, and they do have a more reinforced hinge and a bracket system on that to support the additional weight of that 37-inch tire. So this manufacturer has simply kind of mimicked that design and style and brought it to market at a much better value. And it comes with two major components. First, you've got the tailgate reinforcement bracket itself, which is a larger plate that's made out of cast aluminum. So it isn't, I wouldn't say it's light, it's decently heavy, but it's not as heavy as it would be if it were steel, but it's plenty tough for what you need here. And then that's powder coated to be corrosion resistant and tough when you're putting this thing through the paces out on the trail. In addition to that bracket, you then have what I think is the most important piece here. That is the reinforced heavy duty hinges that are going to have a significantly larger load bearing capacity than your OEM hinges and help support that extra weight of that 37, 38, or even 40 you might put on your Bronco. That's pretty ridiculous, but it's going to help handle that additional weight and make sure that you don't run into any problems. And it is a very straightforward installation that you can do with basic tools and a second set of hands. But before we show you how to install it, just a reminder, I'm going to put a link to this product right here. That link will take you over to Motoroso.com, where you can purchase this on our website, and that supports what we do here in making these videos for you. That pays the bills, and we hope you will. You can also reach us on live chat there or call us toll free at 833-MOTOROSO. Now let's show you how to install this thing step by step.
First, remove your spare tire and any other accessories you have mounted on the tailgate. Open the door and remove the plastic panel covering the hinge mount locations. Using a 13mm socket, loosen all 4 bolts and fully remove one from the top and one from the bottom, leaving the 2 remaining but mostly threaded out so you can undo them by hand. Now set up some sort of stool or support under the tailgate with something soft so you can rest the door there. Before removing the door, release the clip from the gas strut. Have a friend hold up the door and remove the last 2 hinge bolts the rest of the way and set the door on your stool. Now, while you've got a set of hands to help, now remove the hinge bolts going into the main tailgate door panel using a Torx bit. This will likely damage the paint on these bolts even if you're gentle, but it's okay, they'll be covered by the new reinforcement plate. You're going to reuse these bolts for the new hinge, so reapply some blue Loctite. Place your new hinges and reuse those OEM bolts. Align the edge of the hinge with the edge of the door as best you can and snug these bolts down firm. Again, getting help from a friend, lift the door into place and replace the OEM hinge bolts. You can also reattach the gas strut at this time. Now these hinges will have a lot of wiggle room for adjustment. We recommend snugging the bolts down just firm enough so you can lift and move the door, but it'll stay in place, allowing you to adjust it. We closed the tailgate, tugged the door a little bit towards the hinges, and then lifted up a little bit on the right side, and this only took about 2 attempts to get it functioning as expected, and then we were able to finish tightening all the hinge bolts. Now remove the rubber plugs from the threaded holes on the hinges and remove those 4 13mm bolts on the spare tire mount. Place a washer on the end of the longer supplied bolts, and then apply Loctite to the long bolts and the smaller tapered bolts. Lift the tailgate bracket into place and use the small tapered bolts in the recessed holes on the outer two bolt placements of the hinge. Thread these in, but do not tighten anything yet. Place the longer bolts into the 4 placements that go at the spare tire mount. The center hole in the hinges. You'll be reusing 2 of the OEM bolts that were removed from the spare tire mount. And once everything is in place, you can fully tighten all these bolts. Now that completes the installation of the bracket and hinges. Now you can replace that plastic door trim. Now in order to raise the third brake light to clear a larger tire, you'll need a third brake light relocation bracket, and that is sold separately. Now there's a few brands out there, but we've got a nice affordable one that gets the job done, and we'll put a link to that in the description. Simply remove these 4 bolts holding the third brake light to the spare tire bracket, place the relocation bracket and mount it using the supplied hardware, and then remount the third brake light bracket to this bracket using the OEM hardware. These usually have a few different mounting positions to adjust for 35, 37, or even 40-inch tires. Now you can lift your spare tire into place and secure it along with any other accessories you have, and that completes your tailgate reinforcement bracket and hinge upgrade.
All right, if you'd like to purchase this tailgate reinforcement bracket and hinge set, there's gonna be a link to that right here and in the description of the video. And as I mentioned, shopping with us is what supports making these videos for you. So we really hope you will, and you can reach us there on live chat. Call us toll free at 833-MOTOROSO as well. I'm also gonna put a link to that third brake light relocation bracket I mentioned in there as well in case you need one of those. Now, if you wanna check out a rear bumper for your Bronco that's gonna increase the toughness, the style, and also make room for that 37 or larger tire, check out this Fab Fours Premium video. We'll put a link to that right here as well. And we hope you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.